Hi crafters, Tom Creek with Creek Bank Creations. My wife Julie and I have a crafting business out of Perrysville, Indiana. We have our own line of paper, dies, stamps, adhesives, and tools. We're glad you joined us today. Julie is going to do a really cool card using our outline letters dies. There's actually 5 ways you can use this die, but Julie's going to show you one of those 5 ways. I also sometimes call it the innie and the outie, because everybody's got an innie and an outie, but now you got both. Here's Julie with a card. Have a great time.
I'm thrilled to be with you today to talk to you about our outline letter die set. We are going to make this fun shaker card, and we will use our outline letter set with this card. Now, the great thing about the outline letter set is that I sized it so that it fits really well on an A2 card. But if you know someone that has a longer name, you can see you can actually have fun with the slim card. This set also works well for scrapbook pages. So I designed the letters so they're sized well for scrapbook pages as well. When you purchase the outline letter die set, you're going to find the uppercase set, complete alphabet, all your numbers, and then you have your hashtag and your and sign. When you purchase it, it'll come in this package, in this sleeve. We do offer the magnetic storage sheet and the 8.5 by 11 storage envelope to store the die set on. This is how I store it. Our storage system also works well for your larger slim card dies. Today I want to teach you about the outline letter set, and I want to show you some tips and tricks with it. So I want to show you the die, and when the die cuts, every time it cuts, it's cutting an inside piece and an outside piece. The trick that we're using is that we're using our super tacky tape. We sell this in a 3-inch or a 6-inch roll. We're unwinding our super tacky tape, putting our cardstock in it, and then trimming the cardstock out. That means when we die cut, we have a paper side and a sticker side, and that turns our die cut into a sticker. Now, if I cut the die in 2 different colors, I can easily layer one piece directly into the other, which is how this project has been completed. It's how both of these projects are done. So I want to share with you some little tips and tricks about winding up the letters. When we have our paper, if we're using a light colored cardstock, in this case, this is the white cardstock, it will be very easy to line up my letters if I take my Undu and I coat my paper with the Undu. Now, Undu is an adhesion suspension agent, and it will suspend adhesion. That means as long as the paper is wet, I have time to move things around, getting my die cuts out here. And when it dries, I'll have permanent adhesion. So I'm going to use the other letters that I did not use on the card that I made earlier. So we have the innies and the outies. We're going to reverse them and make a second card. I just want to show you how easy it is to line things up. What we have is when we put Undu on the card, we can literally see the grid through the card. This gives me the ability to go in, peel off the paper lining off of our die cut, and set that right on the line, and I can work my way across the card, lining up my letters on the line that shows through the paper because of the Undu. So I can just keep going all the way across. Now, when I go back in to put the outline on, I'm going to pull that outer piece off, and I'll have a little bit of time where I can still move things around because I still have a little bit of that Undu residue on the background. So the outline letter set is super fun when you use the super tacky tape with it and you combine the Undu. If I get my letters on and I'm not satisfied with where they are and I want to move them, I can simply get this wet with Undu, and I can move the letters wherever I want to. And one of the tricks that I like to do is to use a ruler. I'm going to put the outline on that L. And if I want to line up all the letters going across, I can literally take my straight edge and move them and straighten them up and line them up because I'm using the undo. And then I'll take my ruler after I have everything set and push down. So that's one of the ways that you can line up the outline letters on your project very easily. You can use this for your scrapbook pages or your card projects. So you can see here, this is how I've lined up Aaliyah, which is my granddaughter's name. We are going to start with our stitched rectangle frame die, which has a die that is perfectly matched to our foam that is already cut. And these come in a 6-pack, and they come with the windows already cut to size. So all I have to do is open those up. I can pull the center out because I'm not going to use that. I just want the frame for this project. And then I have the window already made to match. Now, what's fun is that I have sized our die to fit that rectangle exactly. So if I want to make a window like this, when I die cut that with the largest die in the set, I have a perfect match. A fast and easy way to do the setup so these letters are nice and straight is to use our setup sheet. When you order the bundle from us, you will get this setup sheet, and there are several different words to use on it. And happy birthday to you, HB to you, is on the setup sheet. So you can print this off. If you buy the bundle, you're going to get it from us for free and keep it with your dies. And I'm going to take my piece of acetate and I'm going to set that right on top of the pattern. Then I'm going to take my die cut letters and I will place the die cut letters right into the boxes where they go. Once we have the base, we're ready to put the outline on. So we're just going to drop that letter in, get it going the right way, right on top. And because we have the super tacky tape, that outline will fit right around that letter, right where we want it to go. When you die cut with the super tacky tape on the back, sometimes you'll find you have these paper fibers hanging around. I want to show you how I resolve that problem. We have a product we offer on the website called Embellie Gellie, and you're going to take that, wall it up into a little ball, and just push that right into your die cut, work it around, and it will pull off the paper fibers and give you a really nice clean look. I am ready to attach the frame to the outside of my adhesive or my clear sheet here. So I'm going to turn this over and put tape on the back. We are going to turn the frame over and we're going to adhere that to that piece of acetate. Now, if I line that up on my grid, I should be able to line up my frame right along that grid line and know that I'm getting my frame all connected well and straight. We have the card front finished and we are going to work on the background. You see here, there's a really muted little dot background in this card just so that the background is not so white and plain. So I have cut a piece of cardstock slightly smaller than the frame, and that rectangle frame die measures 5.25 by 4, so I cut it about 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. I'm going to adhere this to my grid paper, set it here, and we're going to do some stencil work. So when I do stencil work, I like to adhere that super tacky tape so that it doesn't move all over the place with me. Now I am using our dye-based ink and our J brush. So I am going to open the brush, pull the head down, and when I use the brush, I want to keep my finger and hold that band back. This is actually a 2-part brush. We can use it with the head up close like this, or we can use it down. And unless I'm doing really detailed work, I keep the brush down. And I'm going to dab that in my dye-based ink. Do that so you can see it. And then we're just going to work our way across our stencil. I always start off on the grid and pull onto the grid so that I make sure that I don't have any really large color blobs. Now, you can do swipe, you can do circles. The great thing about the stencil brush is you don't have to worry about the bristle or the foam getting caught. There's my background. Now what I'm going to do, turn it the other way, we're just gonna make a variegated pattern. So we're gonna move those circles around and move them around all over the page, and that's just gonna give us this really unique, soft background. We're not looking for a heavy look here. This is really a lighter look, and we're just gonna shift and then fill in the white spot and make our background. And that will give us our very fun background. We are ready to adhere our foam rectangle to the base. Before we do that, I'm going to take my embossing pouch, my crafting pouch, and I'm just gonna run this all along the outside edge. You can find this on our website. There's another product called Embossing Buddy. If you run these along the inside edge, it will detack some of the adhesive that's exposed, and it will keep your shaker filling from adhering to the inside. So we're gonna wipe that edge off, and then I'm going to take my alcohol-based marker, and I have a chameleon marker here, and we are going to color the outside edge. So you can use whatever alcohol marker you have, go along that outside edge, and you'll be able to color that to match your project. Once I have that colored, I'm gonna take my pick tool and pull the back liner off, and I will be able to adhere that directly onto my frame. I'm gonna pull this off, and before I stick it down, I'm gonna take my Undu and run my Undu all along that outer edge. In the event I don't get it straight and I need to move it, I can. I will line this up on the edge of my grid, so I have a line reference to go by, and I can set that frame right along that edge and line that up and have my background complete. Now I am ready to add my sprinkles shaker filling, but before I do, I want to show you this little trick. I'm going to remove the top liner from the foam. Remove it, and then I'm going to push it back down and let it sit on top of the foam. That way when I go to peel it off, it will come off much easier. Now I'm going to use the Sprinkles Confetti today. This is a great confetti mix that has little candies and sprinkles and little balls that roll around in it. I did want to show you, when you order our confettis, they are going to come in these packages. We have sprinkles, Candy, Spring Garden, Lollipop and Rainbows, Cookie Monster, and Strawberry Field. These are just some. We have a lot of them. They're going to come in these packages. We do offer the clear jar. This is a pretty large jar. I like to be able to get into the mix and pull parts and pieces out of it. So I cut the label off and tape it onto the top of the jar. And then if I want to get in here and just pull out little parts and pieces of the confetti, I can, and I don't have a mess to deal with. So this is how I store it, and you can find the storage jar on our website. Today we're just going to dump in about a teaspoon. So we're going to open the confetti and add a teaspoon into our pouch here. Now I've got my mix there. I want to take my finger and I'm just going to level that out nice and flat. And then I'm going to take my tool. We're going to pull off that liner. Now, because we already pulled it off once, you'll see it's coming off very easily. Makes for easy removal. Now we have our top and we're ready to add our top. So what we're going to do is turn that top over, and we're just going to add a little Undu all along that edge, just in case we don't have it lined up. We have a little minute to move it. I'm going to set that right on. And what's fun about this project is that you'll see that that die cut matches the foam perfectly. Set that down. Now, if I needed to move it, I could pick it up because I've got the Undu on there. We're going to let it sit for a minute so that it's nice and solid. And while we're doing that, we're going to add the die cut balloons. So we're using the mini birthday set. The mini birthday set has the little cake and the cupcake and the balloon and the confetti. We love it with our spiral pop-up card, but it works great for a card like this too. So we're just gonna add some balloons, and then we need some confetti just to celebrate the happiness. And we have our card base complete. Now we are going to take our card base and we will attach that to an A2 card. Got my tape on the back. I'm going to turn that over, center it on my A2 card, and I have created a very fun birthday card. There we go. With our sprinkles confetti, and you can see the balls just roll around in there. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson on how to use the outline letters. You can see it works great for this fun shaker window. You can use the letters on the large slim cards or decorate your favorite scrapbook page.
Hey crafters, I hope you enjoyed that presentation. Julie and I have got some great deals for you. First of all, if you go to our website and use the code HAPPY, you're going to get an additional 15% off of everything on our website, excluding special events, River Retreat House, and the Vagabond too. That coupon code is good April 17th through the 23rd. So remember, it's a limited time for 15% off using the coupon code HAPPY. Plus, we've got a fantastic deal on the products we use today. Today we use the outline letters, which is this die right here. We used a package of our 6 double-sided adhesive rectangles, includes the acetate window. We used the mini birthday die set. You see that right there? Lots of dies in there. We used the rectangle stitched frame die, which we used to mask the shaker kit. And you're going to get a package of our sprinkles for inside that shaker kit. That is a $91.95 value that you're going to save almost $27. You get it for $64.99. We call it the Outline Bundle. But on top of that, you're also going to get the layout sheet, which comes to you free as a PDF. So when you get your order, just be sure to download it. And we can't wait to see it on the next event. Have a great time, crafters, and we'll see you around. Bye.